Hello and welcome. Today, we are diving into something really clever. It's a piece of cloud architecture that totally rethinks something we all use literally every day, event invites. We're going to talk about a server-side solution that takes a plain old calendar invite and turns it into this powerful, trackable tool. So let's just jump right in and look at the exact problem this thing is built to solve. So, right off the bat, the whole idea kicks off with this one central question. I mean, we've all clicked those add to calendar buttons, right? It downloads some static file, you click on it, and that's it. Story's over. But what if that button could do more? What if it actually sent you a real invitation, one that the organizer can update, manage, and even see if you've accepted? Well, that's the huge gap this technology is designed to fill.
And here, you can see the difference, and it is just night and day. On the left, you've got the old way, which is basically a one-way street. A user downloads a file, the interaction is over, and the organizer gets nothing. No data, no idea who clicked it, zip. But the new way, on the right, that's a two-way conversation. It sends a proper invite, which creates a connection. And that connection allows for updates and, this is the crucial part, it provides super valuable data back to the sender.
So, how do we make this happen? Well, let's get into the solution itself. It's called the AWS Calendar Invite Server. And it's not just some alternative, it's a fundamental upgrade to how we can handle event marketing and communication. So what is this thing really? Well, think of it as a lightweight, smart application that lives on the server side. And it plugs right into a really common AWS service that tons of developers already use, the Simple Email Service, or SES. It basically piggybacks on what you're already doing, processes calendar data, and turns it into this powerful, programmable tool without you having to build a whole new system from the ground up. And the benefits here are pretty amazing. First off, it is incredibly cheap to run. We're talking pennies running right in your existing AWS account. Second, and this is huge, there is absolutely nothing for your users to download or install. And third, it works seamlessly with the calendar apps everyone already has: Google Calendar, Outlook, Apple Calendar, you name it. That means there's zero learning curve for the end user. Okay, so it sounds great in theory, but how does the magic actually happen? How does it turn a simple calendar entry into this rich, powerful database behind the scenes? You know what's so cool is that this single sentence really is the entire concept in a nutshell. An organizer just invites a special email address, say create@yourdomain.com, to an event from their own calendar. The server is listening, it catches that email, it pulls apart all the event data, gives it a unique ID, and stores it. That's it. It's now ready to be sent out. So for the person who's actually managing all of these events, the workflow is just incredibly simple. Let's use that Major League Baseball example from the source material. You could import a file with all 162 baseball games into your Google Calendar. Then you just invite or copy those events to your server's special email address, and that's your job done. The server handles everything else automatically. Just think about how efficient that is. Getting an entire 162-game baseball season prepped and ready for the server takes about 5 minutes. It makes managing events, even at a massive scale, feel almost trivial. Now, this part is absolutely crucial. What happens if a game time changes? You don't have to log into some separate clunky dashboard. Nope. You just open your own calendar, Google, Outlook, whatever, change the event time, and hit save. The server automatically sees that update and can push the change out to every single person who got the invite. All of your event management happens right inside the calendar you already live in every day. So we know how it works, but what can you actually do with it? This is where things get really fun. Let's look at some of the powerful, real-world applications this system makes possible. The system basically gives you 4 main ways to send out these invites, each one for a different kind of need. You can have an embedded web page to replace those old add to calendar buttons. You can do bulk sending to your email lists. You can have RSVP buttons for your email templates. And you can even have a full API integration for your own custom apps. So let's look at that first one, which the source calls the killer app for replacing that old button. You can just create a simple little landing page or even an embeddable box on your site. A user types in their email, clicks subscribe, and boom, a real dynamic calendar invitation lands in their inbox. And just like that, you've captured a lead and you know their calendar status. Next up, you've got bulk sending. This is perfect for stuff like marketing campaigns, webinars, or even transactional things like appointment reminders. You can just blast your events out to an entire list of subscribers all at once. And the system is built to handle this at different scales. For smaller jobs, you can just upload a file with up to 1,000 emails right in your browser. super easy. But if you need to go big, it can hook directly into services like AWS Pinpoint to send and track millions of invites. So it really scales right along with your needs. But honestly, this is so much more than just a cool little utility. Let's zoom out and look at the bigger picture here, because the strategic potential is actually massive. You see, the real power here is that it taps into the existing Amazon Web Services ecosystem. There are millions and millions of AWS customers out there, and this tool is aimed squarely at the huge number of them who already use the AWS email service. So it's not a new platform they have to adopt. It's just a simple, powerful add-on for a service they already know and trust. And just how big is that market? A staggering 2.4 million AWS customers. This thing enhances a core service, which makes it instantly relevant to this giant, built-in audience of developers and businesses. But let's circle back to the single most important takeaway in all of this. It's the data. This whole system is built to answer questions you just couldn't answer before. Who actually got the invite? Who accepted it? Who declined? Who's tentative? It completely transforms the calendar from just a dumb scheduling tool into a really smart marketing channel. And that leaves us with this final, really provocative thought. When you look at that massive pool of 2.4 million AWS customers, just how many of them need to turn their calendar invites from a simple notification into an intelligent, trackable part of their business? The potential is just enormous, and it really does change what a simple calendar invite can be.